everybody, and welcome to Meet the Dog. I'm Chris, that's Aniela, and with us today is Naomi. Naomi is from the Tribbles litter, born back on March 2022. Her parents are Bianca and Trip. She's weighing in at, we weighed them recently actually, I couldn't find the weights though. Imagine, do you remember what she was at? That seems alright for her, given that she's pretty small. She eats twice a day, 3 cups each. She's doing very well in her training right now. I saw a lot of notes under what she was doing well. The only things that I saw that she needs some work with were her focus. She's got a bit of a swivel head, and she pulls a little bit, which is definitely something that I've noticed walking her around. She does have a tendency to pull. She's improved a lot. She used to be a lot worse at the pulling. There have been times where I remember there were times where I took her up to Deagle and she basically dragged me the entire way. And it was a whole process of me and her starting, stopping until she finally walked alongside of me. So she definitely has made a lot of improvements on that, but she definitely still doesn't. She still tries to go a little bit ahead. But other than that, her training, it seems like she's doing very well. I saw some good notes about her pacing, her brace, stairs, her falls, her unders. It seems like she's doing pretty well. She is, I would probably say, she's probably the quietest of that litter. She's a little bit of a, she's been pretty spicy lately with the other girls. She's definitely been spicy with the other girls, but other than that, she's usually the quietest in the litter. She is the least like Bianca. That's true, but all the triples are mouthy. Yeah, they're all very, not as much anymore, but yeah, they definitely all got that. Open it up to some questions about Miss Naomi. Going to give us a few minutes here. Or any questions about Miss Naomi? I'll try to think of anything in the meantime. So right now, so just going through the usual list of things. Right now, she is currently kennel 12 on Donkey Hill. She plays very well with all the other boys. I've tried her with Tasha before, and that didn't really pan out. And I've also tried her with Emma, and that worked okay. Like, they can play together, but it's kind of that thing of, like, you gotta kind of keep an eye on them because they can get pretty riled up. So yes, she does do very well with Spock and Crusher. So she does very well with them. Girls, it's a bit of a hit and miss kind of thing. We tend to shy away from them. Actually, Crafty just asked who are her dog pals and playmates. So I would say Spock and Crusher. She does play the best with them, I would So. Questions about Miss Naomi? Let's see if I can think of any Naomi stories in the meantime. I'm sure I have some. It's just thinking of them off the top of my head. I have to have at least one story, right? She did get onto the field of the puppies once, didn't she? I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there that day. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. She managed to sneak onto the field with the puppies. Thankfully, nothing came of that. Yeah. Yeah, I was not there that day. I remember hearing about that afterwards, though. I'd be like, oh no. She's probably just watching the birds. They are everywhere. Any questions about Miss Naomi? Actually asked what does she think of the younger pups. The little ones will be her size soon. They are almost her size now, aren't they? She is pretty small. Yeah, I would say definitely curiosity. We'll probably, I would say in a couple months, we're probably gonna start trying to see if we can get them with the older dogs. It's definitely going to be after they're spayed and neutered that we start trying them with the older dogs, because by then they'll be a bit bigger. They can maybe handle whatever the adults like Naomi or Spock or Crusher might throw at them. Crafty asks, how is she in community events? She actually, I think she went to one recently. I forget which one that was, but I know a little while ago we took her and Riker to, I think it was the Saugus Public Library for an event. It was a meet and greet event. This was months ago. This was over the summer. It was me and John. We took her and Riker to a meet and greet event. I think it was the Saugus Public Library, and she did all right. She was definitely nervous. She was nervous, she wanted to get out, but she wasn't like melting down, cowering. She was greeting people, but it was definitely like she kind of wanted to find a more comfortable situation for herself. Eventually she did, once we had less people, she did end up settling down. But so she does pretty well from what I understand at community events, but she definitely does have this kind of like level of anxiety. I don't know if that's gotten any better. I think, like I said, I didn't think of that. I didn't think to look for that. I'm pretty sure she did. I think almost all the adults went to the top of the fair. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think there was another event that she went to recently, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Like, I remember there being an event, and I can't remember, because I think it was while I was out last week. So I don't remember what the exact details were. Crafty asked what type of recipient do you think she is the best suited for? We're probably going to want someone on the shorter side for her, since she's a little bit lower to the ground. I would say probably not anyone in the city, since she does kind of have that underlying anxiety. I'm not sure how she's doing on traffic. I didn't see any issues with traffic on her training chart, so she could be fine if she was in a more urban area. But just knowing her, how I know her, I think she'd probably be better off in a less kind of hustle and bustle setting. I think she'd do well no matter where she ends up. I think we just gotta polish off her habit of her focus and her habit of pulling ahead. I think she'll ultimately do well wherever we put her, though, whoever ends up with her. I'm going to give it another minute for any last-minute questions, and then we're going to sign off for the day. You're doing very well, huh? You're doing good. Hi. Yes, there you go. I don't want to see whatever they've done when I go back out there. Sorry, we just hear the dogs doing something outside on flat field. No idea what it is, but I know I'm going to get out there. I'm not going to like it. All right, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry we're a little bit late starting. But yeah, we will be back next week with another dog. Until then, everybody take care. Girl Naomi.